What'd he say? All right. What was the topic though? When does it stop? Okay, to have multiple partners. And when is it okay to stop having multiple partners? Yeah, no. No, are we ready? So I'm ready. He said we go live back in what, 2 minutes? Oh, sorry for the inconvenience, little technical difficulties, but we back, baby. We back. Tune in, share, subscribe on our YouTube page too. But yeah, back to the topic that we was discussing, which is when is it okay to stop having multiple partners? That was the topic, but I don't see any comments back on her yet. So you want to hear from the audience. All right. Yeah, then nobody come back on yet.
You want me to re-answer that question?
Yeah.
When is it okay to stop having multiple partners? I feel like it's always okay to stop having multiple partners. You don't Having multiple partners is not a necessity. Um, yeah, having multiple partners is not a necessity, and so like I was saying before, growing up, it was in the hood. It was always like fuck bitches, get money. You was glorified for how many women you was with, and we always, if you had all these different women, you was just a man.
Yeah.
But now it's like when I'm a little older, you know, my goal is different. My goal ain't to have a whole bunch of women. My goal is to have that one that I could build with, grow with, and grow old with.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and I oftentimes tell my sons like every woman don't deserve your sexual energy. Every woman don't deserve you. Period. Take sex out the equation. Every woman don't deserve you. Because I got a 15-year-old who's having sex now, and so I try to tell him just so he don't make the same mistakes I do. One good woman is worth 1,000 of these other women.
I'm cool. I be chilling.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm a man. Like, so, like me and my shorty was in Mexico. Shout out to Bay. We was in Mexico, and I'm still looking at stuff. You know what I mean? But in the same breath, I'm not going to do nothing that's going to jeopardize my relationship or make me lose this good woman that I work hard to get. You know what I mean, like at the end of the day, every nigga just want a good woman, a good, solid, good looking, good hearted, good character, all that. Like we just want that. Like without that, we won't even be feeling complete. Like half these hoes, like you, when you finally hit them, you like, man, that shit was alright, or alright, yeah, or after you hit her, it's like, alright, what else is next? Like even if she got good sex, like alright, like what else is next? The bitch can't hold a conversation. She got the personality of a drywall. You know what I mean? Like it's just like, this ain't it.
It's just sex.
Yeah, you gotta start thinking long term. Can I build with this shorty? You know, can I have kids with her? Would she be a good mom? What's her credit score? What's her ambition? Her motivation? I mean, what does she bring to the table? She got her own house. I mean, like, it's more than just that. So it's always cool to not have multiple partners. You know, you just gotta weigh your options and see what works for you.
Hell yeah. Is we out? Y'all still see us? It look like we froze. You hear me? We good? Oh, all right. He said we good. I can't see it. Could you see it?
I'm about to get on now.
No, we good. We back. It ain't freezing no more. It was though. It just skipped again. But anyway, wonder. Let's see. Ain't nobody in the comments right now, so I guess I don't know. I guess we move on to the. You know, what's our last topic? Second to the last. All right, let's move on to the next topic. Oh shit! Where do you draw the line when it comes to domestic abuse? Shit. There's many forms of abuse, you know, you got verbal, physical, you know, mental. Where you draw the line is to where, I don't know, shit. Just when shit is just out of hand, like you start to lose yourself or you see yourself, as far as if you physical, if you know, just always angry just to and taking your anger out on your significant other. If you just play on her mental, like, I don't know, it's just a lot. Just a lot. I just feel like when you draw the line on abuse, either whatever abuse is, it's just to the point where you just start to, like, I guess, lose yourself. Like, it's starting to become a habit now. Like, you always want to argue, you always want to get physical, you always trying to manipulate, you know what I mean, mind manipulate and shit like that, and you just can feel yourself just changing as a person. I feel like that's the line, you know, you draw when it comes to abuse, but I don't know.
I think for me personally, I think I drew the line when I was like too broken to pretend, and so it's like once I reached that point where I was so broken, I couldn't pretend like my relationship was good no more, or I couldn't pretend like everything was okay when it wasn't, or I couldn't pretend like my head was barely above water when I was actually drowning. You know what I mean? I just couldn't pretend no more, and that's when I drew the line. I knew like, all right, like this is out of hand, because I've been on both sides. Like I've been. I'm not going to say a victim, but I've been the recipient of mental, verbal, physical abuse, and then I've also dished it out as well. Okay. So for me, it was just like once I became broken and realized how broken I was, I couldn't pretend no more. So all right, now I hit rock bottom. Now it's time to make a change. So like that's I think for me is like for me it was when I hit rock bottom. I feel like I was depleted of like happiness, peace of mind. Like my mental health was just in a bad place. In
a relationship though, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
So that's when I knew I had enough. I knew I had to make a change. So.
Yeah. See, I used to go back my old relationship when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I was in that, you know what I mean, fighting and arguing and mental and verbal and physical, like that shit. Like that's why I changed after that. Like after her, like everybody else I didn't deal with, I ain't hit female. I was a kid, I didn't know, but as I grew up,
right,
I just had to change, like, and it was bad on both parts, and I'm not blaming her or nothing like that. I take accountability for that though, but we fight each other talk crazy to each other. Dude, we was just young doing dumb ass shit. So when I got older, like that's another reason why I haven't knocked my baby's mom the fuck out for all the crazy shit she done did or put my hands. Because I just grew up like, man, I don't hit women. Or I don't want to. That shit is just too much. It took a lot out of me when I was a kid. Like, and that's like when you find a good woman and shit like that, and you so used to the bullshit. So when you do find a good woman, it's like you don't know how to fucking, you know what I mean? It's just like you don't know how to fucking understand her. Like, god damn. Because so you used to the bullshit. You used to the cheating and shit like that. So motherfuckers, you gotta know. Like, you know what I mean? It took time. It just took time. Cause, and once I got out of that fucking situation with all that fighting and doing this shit, I knew it was fucking bad. Cause I was fucking. We was fighting around her mom. We was fighting around my mom. Right. And I'm doing weird shit, snapping out in front of like they were just too much, man. So that's another reason why that drew the line for me right there. Just like when I knew, like, man, I kept praying to God, like, man, give me a good woman. I ain't gonna hit her, do none of that shit, boop-de-boop-de-boop. And it was just over from there. Like, that's the only reason why I mean, that's the reason why I haven't not hit her yet.
You I think so what, you said something that struck a nerve. You said I prayed to God to send me a good woman. It was like I don't ever think I prayed to God to send me a good woman, but I did pray to God, like, make me a better man so I won't keep damaging the woman that you send me. You know what I mean? Okay. So, and I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with your prayer, because, like, I'm glad God sent me a good woman. However, I just knew, like, how I was. It was like
you had to go.
Yeah, even if a good woman came my way, I would have messed it up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So I had to, like, you know what I mean? I had to just, you know, I was still healing from stuff from 2-3 relationships ago, and it's affecting this relationship. You know what I mean? Damn. I had to heal.
Yeah, I feel you on that, bro. Rap. That drew the line for me, though.
Yeah.
That shit was just way too much, man. Getting police calling you for domestics and shit like that. Man, that shit is just way too much, man. I've been there, done that. I actually put it in I talked about it in one of my raps. I said what I said was bitterness and Hennessy made for some crazy nights. Baby mama drama, big lies, big cheating, crazy fights. PFA's restraining orders happen once, maybe twice. Guns drawn, triggers pulled, we fear for a baby's life. Guns drawn, triggers pulled, we fear for a baby's life. I was wrong, I should have left, you may be right. My actions wasn't manly and yours wasn't ladylike, but whenever you was overwhelmed, I took care of shit like baby wipes. You know what I mean? Like, just, you know what I mean? Like, I've been there, bro. Like so trust me, I've been there. Yeah, you gotta get that shit out, man. Once you grow up mentally as a man, like a lot of you don't want that shit in your life no more. That shit's just draining. That shit is just in the way. You be like, God damn, man. Like that shit. That was a draw the line for me. But yeah. We can move on to the next topic. Ain't nobody really sending no comments, or if they is, I can't see them on here. No, we good. You can go on to the next one. I think the last one. Yeah, we've been here for a minute.
Hey man, I was just getting warmed up. Why y'all want to leave so soon?
No, we ain't gotta leave. We just got stuff to do. When do you? Okay. What do you feel the solution should be to stop the violence in our youth?
Men, strong men, strong men, and just so like for me, I'm not letting my sons get involved in no kind of gang activity, gang culture. Also, not being afraid to take matters into our own hand. Back in those days, black people policed their own neighborhoods. We wasn't going to the cops, and I want to be clear about this. I'm not concerned about all violence in our youth. I'm concerned about my people, black people. I got a lot of white friends. Shout out to y'all, but I don't. In the young white community, I see more drug overdoses than anything. I don't hear about gang violence in the young white community. So this is concern. I'm talking about my people, black people. I grew up in the heart of the Hill district. I can name at least 20 of my friends I grew up with that ain't here no more. You know what I mean? Like, so. But yeah, so I think just strong black men. I'm raising my kids the way I feel they should be raised. They're not going to be in no kind of gang culture. They're going to be successful. I'm gonna keep it real with them. Also, we need to get back to policing our own neighborhoods. You know what I mean? If the stuff that was going on in the Hill District was going on Fox Chapel, them people would have shut it down quick. But because a lot of the cops that police our neighborhoods aren't from here, and they have a slave owner mentality. They don't care about what's going on with us. You know what I mean? So I think it starts with the man. Like, we need more strong black men. Not saying perfect men, but strong black men to stand up. Like, all right, this is right, this ain't right. A lot of the old heads in my community, they don't know how to talk to the young kids, or they be scared to talk to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, each one teach one. It takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah. But nowadays it's like the older dudes that started off, started the people, like the kids idolize them growing up. They don't want nothing to do with the youth. So I feel as though, like you said, like men need to step up. You see, you can't get to all of them, but one gonna listen. You feel me? So it just
Each one teach one.
That's it, basically it, man. But and another thing, like social media, man. Social media keeps a lot of this young bullshit that's going on. Just keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. People just egging it on, man, for social media. And a lot of kids get that shit from social media who don't have, their parents in their crib, or haven't grown up with their dad and shit like that. So, they gravitate to what they see on the internet or what they see around them, and that's a lot that play a part in it too.
I knew like one day I was riding in the car. It was me and my friend, and we both had our kids, and my homie's son kept saying, "We not from 63rd," and my son was like, "What does that mean?" Like,
yeah.
And he started explaining to me. I was listening to the conversation. He started explaining to him about like all the stuff that's going on in Chicago and stuff. And my son was like, I don't even listen to that type of stuff. Like, and I'm just
music,
like, you know what I mean?
that.
Yeah, because
that's what that feeds the damn.
Back to what we were saying, artist shape culture.
Artist shape culture.
Artist shape culture. Like I had a person explain to me. I was in an art museum, and there was a picture like Judas and Jesus and the disciples at the Last Supper. They were sitting around eating, and he said the reason why it's rude to put your elbows on the table when you eat is because when Michelangelo painted the picture of the Last Supper, the only person who had their elbows on the table was Judas, and that's who betrayed Jesus. And Michelangelo was one of the biggest artists at that time. So once he painted that picture, then it became custom for that culture to say it's rude to put your elbows on the table. Now, when you got to eat, nobody puts their elbows on the table when they eat. You know what I mean? So that's just an example of how artists shape culture. Yeah,
I never.
It's an example of how artists shape culture. Even like look at Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B. Those are our most influential artists right now in our culture. Yeah, and so a lot of our young ladies, they'd rather be at the red light twerking on the headlights instead of going to college, getting degrees. You know what I mean? Like, so, and I ain't knocking nobody, but what I'm just saying is like, I'm going to be the most influential person in my child's life, other than like an artist. You know what I mean? So.
And there's a lot. Don't get it wrong. There's a lot of men out here trying to help the youth. I know a lot.
Right.
All them dudes down there, them boys down there in Belle Suver. There's a lot all around the city. I seen you doing a lot.
Right.
I remember when you bought that lawnmower for that child. Yeah, I remember that shit.
I talk to the kids
Shout out every P. time I see them. I try to give them money and shit, so they ain't out here doing nothing. But one of the comments people said, do you think gender roles are still important, or should men be more domestic in the household nowadays? And even that, it's not even in the household. You got to be there.
I think gender roles are important. I think gender roles are important. And a prime example I'll give is Dwayne Wade with his son.
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade said he loved his son enough to support his decision. But as a man, I love my son enough not to support every decision they make. Yeah. They're children. They have parents, so we can guide them to right decisions. So if Dwayne Wade would have stepped up and been a man, or not saying a man because he is a man, but if he would have been the man that he was supposed to be, I know my dad wasn't going for that. Like I remember we couldn't when we first moved out the projects into a house, he wasn't allowed to touch the thermostat because you don't pay them bills like that. So how you gonna let your son make a decision to try to become a woman? You know what I mean? And then you're allowing your son to become something that biologically he can never be. So you're allowing him to live a lie. As a man, in that instance, a gender role of a man would have stepped and say, "Hey, son, I know you might be confused. I know you might be dealing with X, Y, and Z. However, I'm here to show you what a real man is."
But it just got too far. You ain't no coming back now.
Yeah, so gender roles.
Gender roles do play.
Gender roles is important.
For some of these kids that don't have fathers in the home, like you know, like.
So we need to get back to that village.
Yeah.
We need to get back to that village, raising a child. Like, I always had a strong village between my uncles, my aunts, and my mom.
Yeah, we had that growing
Yeah,
up, though.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, we had
So-
that, but then now it's just like nowadays everybody just for themselves. Like,
Right.
fuck what's going on. They doing that out there. Boom, let's stay away instead of saying something like, oh, that ain't cool.
And then
shit like that.
oftentimes people be apprehensive about correcting the youth because their moms will defend a child's bad behavior. You know what I mean? Like,
I spoke about that on the last one.
yeah,
Like,
a mom will defend a child's bad behavior.
Everything, yeah. No, don't mind my fucking child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shit like that. So that plays a part too.
Right.
Just let men, you know, be men and tell these motherfuckers what it is. Being in their lives, fucking, it starts, you know, like not I'm talking about in the household.
Is moving in the right direction. I mean, more black people is graduating from college. More black women are getting married. You know, back in the day, it was 1 out of every 8 black women got married. Now it's 1 out of every 4 black women get married. I mean, so.
But you see it now. A lot of dudes that had their parents at the crib, they're in the street now.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like they want to hustle. They want to be in the streets. They want to shoot. They want to do that. And you come from a good household. So
Right.
it's like, I don't know. And somebody feel like it said, I feel like it take both parents. Yeah, it do, but.
Both parents is definitely
it do
necessary.
Take both parents, but 9 times out of 10, like you need a masculine figure around. Like you need to hear that. You know what I mean? They need to hear that, male or female. They need to hear that from a man. Like your dad, they need to hear that.
Yeah, oftentimes it's a balance. So the father oftentimes brings logic and wisdom, and the mom brings love and wisdom.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's definitely a balance.
But men need to step up, quit condoning the bullshit that these little young niggas is doing too.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Females too, they condone it. Make a man go out there and do some wild shit with these little boys egging shit on, even though they the ones that ain't even out there in the streets for real. Just be talking crazy, and y'all dudes be falling in love. Why do moms protect their kids' behavior? Shit, I don't know. Just moms is not soft, but you know, love for their child is just different than a father's love for his child. I feel it's just moms are just more, because they're 9 times out of 10 the mother's really with the child more than the father, you know, unless the mom's dead or some shit, then the dad got to step up. But moms is that's just how they are. Like, I guess they just soft.
It's not that. Like, a mother's natural instinct is to protect her child. So she's doing what she feels is right, not knowing that protecting them from the consequence of their bad actions can be detrimental when they get older. There's a saying that says, if you grow up,
You went to Harvard?
No,
Damn, boy, you can speak, boy.
I went to the school of hard knocks.
Yeah.
But there's a saying I read on Facebook. It says, if you grow up defending your son about his wrong actions, when he gets older, you'll pay a lawyer to defend him for his wrong actions.
Oh, shit.
You know what I mean? So it's like, as
It's
a mom,
helping a man. Well, it's helping a man, hurting him at the same time.
right. So moms might have good intentions. However, it's like there's certain situations where you got to exercise wisdom. You know, if my child's wrong, let him be corrected, as long as it's not overboard. But let him be corrected and shown a better way than to keep going on in that same path. And then so
yeah, that's true. That's definitely true right there.
But one thing about a good mom, she gonna always try to protect her babies. I remember my mom said something to me, because we had grew up in the church. And there was one time I was like, for a period of time I was trying to play the streets, and I was doing X, Y, and Z. And she said something to me that just always stuck with me. She was like, I love you and I thank God for you. She was like, but if something would have happened to you in that situation, she said, all I could have said was, God, thank you for giving him opportunity to do the right thing, even though he didn't, or something like that. And I was just like, dang, man, you ain't gonna grieve about me. You going? I mean, my mom was like, man, she's like,
strong.
Yeah,
Shout out to moms.
Yeah, she was like, you know what to do and what not to do. I raised you right. So if you out here living a way that's contrary to how God wants you to live, then that's on you. I'm just like, yeah, you right. My mom always said, don't. Even though I don't believe her, but she said, don't go to jail, because I ain't gonna hold you down. That ain't the truth, because I remember one time I ended up going to jail. And look, I called home, and it was my first time going to jail, and I called home, and she all like, is everything okay, baby? Mommy's gonna bail you out. Nah, I'm sitting around all these tough criminals and shit. I'm like, ain't nobody's mommy right now. Look, just get me home. Like,
Yeah, straight up. I already know my mom, man. She been there.
Yeah.
Me going to jail plenty of times. Did my bed with me.
Yeah.
So Mom Duke's always gonna be there. Like, she told me the right thing, showed me the right shit.
Right.
Just I chose to go over this way, and
Right.
I live with the consequences. And I don't take it back, and I shouldn't know. It ain't her fault. It's my fault. I had plenty of chances to to act right. So when I did end up actually doing a stint of time, it helped me, but. It helped me a lot, for real, for real.
Right.
I went through all that shit by myself, She was there, lost a lot of friends and shit like that. Like, that's why I am the way I am now. Like, I went through something, I was like, it changed me deeply. Like, now I know it's like, time to grow up, man, to fuck up and shit like that. But,
So
it ain't her fault.
Yeah, I got a question for you. One, did you have a plan of action when you were in jail that you wanted to execute when you
Another truck driving job just called me back. I just fill out the application for that. Yeah, just keep moving forward, man. Keep progressing, trying to own some shit. A lot of dudes out here, they see motherfuckers, with nice clothes and shit like that, but they don't know what it took to get it. You know what I mean? They just see, niggas out here putting in work for real, trying to elevate, own some shit. Like, if you don't own nothing, like, you don't have something of your own, like, it's like you just out here faking for me. I try to help everybody, but at the end of the day, you got to try to help yourself, and don't just sit around and think like, oh, he's doing better. Oh, keep calling me for money, keep doing this. Nah, motherfucker, get up, off your motherfucking ass. Nigga, I did 10 years in jail. Nigga, yeah, 120 months. I did that, me and my mom. Yeah, you feel me? Like, yeah, we did that. I did that. I came home, so everything I got now, nigga, I'm blessed.
Right.
Allah blessed me with that.
Right.
'Cause, I'm a good dude. I ain't never changed my character or nothing after that situation. You feel me?
Dope.
Yeah, when I went to jail, ain't nobody go with me. You feel me? And I ain't take nobody down when I went.
Right.
I mean, I'm just, enjoying the fruits of my labor. This shit didn't come easy. This shit was hard. Many nights in that cell, hungry. By myself. And Mon Duke, so, And it said, one of the comments on her said, parents enable kids, then wonder why they be on the bullshit when they get older.
I mean, some parents do enable, and oftentimes it's not on purpose either. It's just a matter of, like I said, trying to protect that child, not knowing that you protecting them from the consequences of the wrong decisions is actually hurting them.
Yeah.
Let that child feel them consequences sometimes. Spirit of raw, you spoil the child.
Yeah. See, that's what I was saying on the last show. Like, y'all can't keep, giving them kids a pat on the back when they doing wrong. Bad grades, whatever the fuck the case may be. Like, you keep, oh, that's cool, that's all right, boom, all right, I'm gonna give you this, keep rewarding for bad behavior. They gonna continue to do bad shit because they know they gonna get rewarded for it, or you ain't gonna whoop their ass. You can't even beat these kids nowadays.
One topic I wanted to bring up, this kind of controversial in our culture, is black people calling the cops. And what I wanted to say is black people, so
what about the situation though? Like, you feel me? Like,
so
civilians versus
right. That's what I'm saying. Like, people will see somebody talking to a cop, calling a cop, like, oh, he a snitch. It's like, that snitching rule don't apply to everybody. That snitching rule only applies to people in the street. Also, that snitching rule is if me and you do something and get caught and I tell on you, that snitching rule ain't if me and you walking down the street and I see a nigga shoot a lady in the head. Yeah, I'm calling the cops. Like I don't know the situation, but I'm calling the cops or I'm calling paramedics, something. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a snitch. A snitch is us doing dirt and then me getting caught and telling, or me just, like, you know what I mean? So, like, oftentimes, like, black people, we got to get out that mentality, that mindset.
Because nobody wants to call the cops on another black
Right.
person. You feel me?
Right.
But it depends on what the situation is. Like,
Right.
goddamn, I had no other choice but to
Right.
fucking do it. I ain't a snitch, but it's like,
Right.
fuck, I don't want to kill you. I don't want, you know what I mean? I don't want you to kill me. But, like, just, I don't know, man. People, it's just a lot, man. But as a black man and, growing up around these streets is hard, man. I think we just need to come together, man, to stop all this motherfucking bullshit that we doing, man. This shit is just out of hand. People down left to right. Yeah, life is stressful. So let's do some positive, fun shit. We already know motherfuckers is down. We already know this shit. We already know. We just can't. That's what. Oh yeah, and another thing, I quit drinking fully. Yeah, I quit drinking liquor. You know, I drink some beer and liquor. You know, I got my clean. This like wisdom to know the difference. Doing this, doing that. It's just over. It's over. It's over, man.
Speaking of that, shout out to my mom. I think she stopped smoking squares. I want to say 3.5 years ago.
Oh man!
So shout out to my mom. Glad. She made me a promise she was gonna do it, and she was sad that she would get back smoking it, but this is longer because she's been smoking squares since she was 14, and so
I wish my mom. I pray she stopped smoking.
Yeah, my mom stopped smoking, and I had told her. So it was funny, right? Because I had told her she wanted me to stop drinking. And I was like, if you stop smoking, I'll stop drinking. So she stopped smoking for a little while, then she went back to smoking squares. And I'm like, see, now I'm picking back up my even though my drinking habit ain't crazy. Like I'm a social drinker. I drink, I might go 2-3 months without drinking anything.
I'm an alcoholic.
But when I drink though,
you drink it.
I get it in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So she was starting to become concerned. But long story short, I stopped smoking I stopped drinking because she stopped smoking. And when she picked back up the squares, I picked back up the bottle. But then she completely stopped. And so she's like, "Oh, you supposed to stop drinking?" I said, "No, that was that time. If you stopped."
You reneged on me already. I jumped back in. But nah, man.
Shout out
I had
to
to
mom
quit
dudes.
that, man. I would pray my mom quit. I had to quit that drinking. I just felt it like, man, I'm done with this shit. Somebody said it like, they always ask me, "Oh, you're alcoholic. Why don't you go see somebody?" And I'm denying it with myself, like, man, I ain't no alcoholic. I drink. No, I was a fucking drunk. That's what the fuck it was. I go passing out when I go in the house. I be so tired. My body just different. And plus, I'm just killing my insides. And man.
I tell people, though, you can't get fixed until you realize that you're broken. You know what I mean? Like, until you realize you're broken, you can't be fixed. You know what I mean? So, yeah, my mom, shout out to Mom Dukes, man. That's my homie. But she had a stroke back in 2019.
Yeah, my mom had plenty of them.
See, that was my mom's first stroke, and it was just wild.
Yeah.
But ever since that, she been cool, and she made a full recovery. Like, you know what I mean?
That's what's up, bro.
Made a full recovery. She back like it never happened. So
I'm just pray my mom start smoking them damn things. Back to back to back. Had your clothes stinking and shit. I hate cigarettes. Can't smoke these joints in my car.
And like I ain't never getting to smoke. Like I've never smoked weed.
I ain't never smoked no bud.
I ain't never smoked weed a day in my life.
I wish I could smoke.
I remember being young and your mom tell you, go light this cigarette on the stove. You know, being young, I puffed at one time, but I had asthma too.
Yeah.
But then I grew up hooping, so I was an athlete. So I ain't really, you know what I mean? I played football, basketball, baseball. So I really ain't even getting to the drugs.
He from the hill, y'all. They hooping Timbs. He from the hill, they hooping Timbs. I know old Francis. They used to hoop in Timbs up there.
We used to hoop anything. Listen, it was to the point we always wore basketball shorts under our pants because we ain't never knew when the hoop game was gonna break out. Like even when I went to prom, I went to 5 proms. Every prom I had basketball shorts under my tuxedo. Like just
we was ready to go after the service. He was ready to go after the suit up, nigga. Fuck you talking about, nigga. Let's take this shit off and get with you, boy. Real rap, but boy. At the end of the day, man, everybody's man to just continue to strive to do better, man. That's all you can do, man. Like the shit you think that. Like the shit that you see other motherfuckers doing, like it's okay to be like, man, that ain't cool. It's okay for you not to, you ain't looked at as a lame because you don't want to, participate in the bullshit that other motherfuckers is doing. You ain't. It's cool to be a weirdo. It's cool to be a lame. It's cool to be out the way. Like
it's crazy. I'm sorry not to cut you off, but like growing up, we was in school. It was like if you was smart, you was a lame. But now, like my son, them era different. Like my son, he 15 in 10th grade. It's like they be clowning the dumb people. Like, your GPA only a 2 point this or Man, back in my day, we'd have, like, my son, we'd have stuffed you in a locker or something, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, you got a 4.0, man? You was
yeah,
lame.
right.
You got all D's and shit like that.
So that's why I see the positive change. It's going in like the right direction. Like all my homies is buying cribs. You know, we all own something. You know what I mean? Like it's just,
that's what it's about.
Yeah,
right there,
you know what I mean? Like our parents didn't have that. So like I just see us moving in the right direction. It's dope.
Man, that's what's up, man.
That's
what I try to surround myself around motherfuckers who's doing better than me. You know what I mean? That's the only way you get ahead, man, is to see some shit, learn some shit. Like, you be scared, like fears keep you from doing a lot of shit. But once you get over the hump, like, far as, like, getting a job and shit like that, when I was, man, I'm not working. I never had a job. So when I came home and I got a job, I'm like, oh, shit, I fuck with this. I was going to work every day, calling in, like, yo, y'all need me? Like, shit like that. So now it's, like, repetitive. Like, it's easy now. Once you do it, now it's like, okay, like, finding a job, filling out an application and shit like that. I didn't want to do that shit. I thought it was lame as hell, worrying about what other motherfuckers thought me getting a job. No, nigga. That shit, that good. Yeah, now it's the shit now.
It was crazy because you know my cousin Frizzy. Yeah. So it was like shout
out to Frizzy.
Yeah, shout out to Frizzy, man. One of the flyest niggas ever.
Yeah, you definitely fly, but quit trying to steal my man's swag.
he do be trying to dress like me. I ain't gonna hold you.
Nah, Frizzy, that's my guy.
Nah, Frizz the goat, man. But,
that's my guy. Let me get one of them cheesecakes used to make it jelly.
But I remember I got my first job at Wendy's. I was 17. I was expecting my firstborn son, and I remember just I'd be at Wendy's and Frizzy come through. Now, mind you, I'm working at Wendy's, so I'm 17. Frizz like 19. Frizz coming through in like Porsches and Benzes and BMWs. I'm just like, and I had the option to do what they was doing. And I was like, man, I kept telling myself, stay down till you come up, stay down till you come up. And it was tempting because I didn't want to be, it was summertime too. I found out, we found out like right before the summer, she was having a baby. So it was summertime. I just graduated high school, man. I wanted to be out in the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's so bad, but I stayed down. I worked at Wendy's, and then I got a second job at a school. And then I tried to play the streets a little bit. I just knew it wasn't for me. Then I got into the electricians union. And I ain't looked back.
Yeah.
Like even now, since October, I haven't worked for nobody else. I had lost my job in October due to a shooting incident that happened, and I was like, man, I'm in a position where I ain't gotta go back to work. You know what I mean? Like since beginning of October, I ain't been working. I just been traveling, taking care of my children. About to buy another property, trying to secure the bag. And God just been providing, bro.
That's it, man.
Yeah, God just been providing.
That's it, bro. That's all it be about, man. Get out the way, man. Own some shit. You gonna feel so much better when you earn it and you see yourself, man. Like, it took me a long ass time. Right. Long ass time. Now all I want is I'm striving for greatness. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to learn how to do this. I want to it just took me a long time because just mentally growing up, man. Mentally growing up, man. You take that leap of faith out there, boy. I'm telling you, it'll be so different.
I had to realize life was bigger than the Hill District, and then life was bigger than Pittsburgh. But I'd be traveling and going places
I can't wait to travel.
I didn't realize how gloomy Pittsburgh was until I start going to Miami or I start going Mexico. You know what I mean? Pittsburgh is just gloomy, bruh. Yeah. And then that weather has an effect on your psyche. Somebody told me the word "sad" ain't even a word. It's an acronym for seasonal anxiety depression. You know what I mean? So it's and it oftentimes happen in places where stuff is gloomy. So I realized I was so happy every time I traveled because that sunlight, everything else, it was good for my mental health. You know what I mean?
Damn, you learn something new every day.
Yeah, every day.
I can't wait to travel, boy. Wait to get off probation so I can just fucking go somewhere and take a nice trip and chill. I ain't been nowhere. You feel me? But
and then, the dudes who I was looking up to, because in the hood, we looked up to the D-boys. I mean, so the niggas I was looking up to back then, now they struggling to keep up with me or what they think I am. You know what I mean? It's to me, it ain't no competition. I still love y'all niggas the same. It ain't no competition. You know what I mean? But it's just I stayed down till I came up. Yeah. So.
And it take a lot of mental, stability to fucking stay down till you come up, because like you said, you could have jumped out there. You took the chance. Right. And another thing you said, you knew hustling was for you. There's a lot of people out here trying to hustle and shit. If that ain't your lane, that ain't your lane.
I ain't even gonna hustle. I ain't even gonna hold you. was good at it. Like
Yeah.
I
But
was
you knew,
good
like,
at it.
like,
I just knew, I just knew,
you know what I
like,
mean?
you know what I mean, like, you know, I didn't had family members who was drug addicts. I feel, you know what I mean, like I got a conscience, and also I had a plan. So even while I was moving and grooving, it was like, all right, like this ain't a retirement plan. Like, do this to get here, and then once you get here,
That's
you
the
know
whole
what I mean,
point.
yeah.
It
So,
ain't a lifelong thing.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like what you did just say, like you just knew it wasn't you. Some of these dudes out here just hustling just to buy clothes, or just to buy some weed and shit like that. Like that's not the reason motherfuckers was hustling. You hustle if you in the streets for a common goal, and once you get there to that common goal, you can go ahead and get that shit up. But you just got to know yourself. If you don't know how to save no bread, why is you hustling? You feel me?
I'm about to ask you a question, and y'all can answer it too. I had a bar in this battle. I battled this dude, and so he always bragged about how much he hustled this, that, and third. So I had this bar, and a lot of people don't get it. Our first try, so I'm gonna say it, and I want to know if y'all get it. I said, I told him, I said, you said you sold enough coke that you could buy a Ferrari. So white girl to white girls who get high and say gnarly. You hustle ass backwards. Y'all niggas are sorry. Like, why trap if all you do is flip at the party?
Yeah. That's the whole point. Like you hustling backwards. Basically, you doing what you doing in the streets to hustle just to buy fucking tangible shit. Change. You want to go out and party the money away. Like you ain't using that bread to fucking, you know, like buy a property or invest in some shit. Like you just.
But look though, it's a little deeper than that. It's a triple entendre. So I said, you hustle ass backwards. Y'all niggas are sorry. Like why trap if all you do is flip at the party? If you flip why trap, it spells party. Party spelled backwards is why trap. So like, you know what I mean? Like I'm asking like why trap if all you do is flip at the party? You know what I mean?
You a
like,
bad motherfucker, boy. You a bad motherfucker right there, boy. I'm about to start rapping. It's like, nah.
You know what I mean? And so it was crazy, right? Because like I said that in a battle, right? And this is why like you got to cater to your audience when you battle, is because like I said it in a room full of people, and to me in my mind I was the hardest bar, and nobody reacted. There was crickets. But then I said some simple shit right next, and they went, oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, I wish they would. But then when I said it, it was silent, and there was one dude on the stage. He was on the stage. He put his head down. I seen him thinking about it, because I'm looking like, damn, niggas ain't gonna react. He's like, yo, that's fucking crazy. But everybody else ain't catch it.
Yeah,
you know what
I
I mean?
ain't
So
catch it. That shit was hard right there. Though.
Thank you, bro.
But yeah, man, it's just like, man, strive to be great, man. Strive to do better, man. Every day you wake up is a blessing, man. Try to
That's a fact.
put that next foot forward and doing something positive. It's like you wake up as a blessing, man. People don't get people what they say. People had dreams of doing some shit. I mean, you know what I'm talking about, but like, yeah, they didn't make it. I mean, they didn't get a chance to wake up. You know?
And it's crazy because don't let a motherfucker would try to kill your dreams because they let theirs die.
Yeah.
Like I had motherfuckers tell me I couldn't do X, Y, and Z, and I couldn't do this because they gave up on their hopes and dreams. Stay away from people with no goals or ambition.
Telling
I mean,
you,
like,
that's it.
stay away from that. All my friends, we motivated, we got goals, and we helping each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my homie Mario, when he had his detailing business, I would come there, he'd be like, oh, I'm gonna let you. I'm only gonna charge you X, Y, and Z. I said, hell no, you charge me full price and I'm gonna tip you good. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Or my other homie who do this, you know what I mean? So yeah, man. So support y'all friends.
Surround yourself by the motherfuckers, man. Like you wake up, man, you got a chance, man. You feel me? I try to do more great than the shit that I used to do. You feel me? I'm out here. I'm trying to be active out here. You feel me? I'm out here trying to help the homeless. I'm out here trying to help people. I don't celebrate the holidays. You know, I've helped people for Thanksgiving and shit like that, man. It's just, you know, giving back, man. Just giving back, man. Trying to do better than what the fuck I used to do. So, you know, I don't. You know, just try to do better, man. Every day you wake up, man, there's a chance, man. You got a chance. Quit sitting around trying to make excuses of why you in the situation that you are, man, that you're in. You got to get up, you know what I mean? Every day you wake up, you got a chance, man. You got a chance, man. And every day you wake up, you got a chance, man.
You might have a valid reason for being in a predicament you in, but it's up to you not to stay there. You know what I mean? So it's like,
stop blaming others.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I'm here. I might be here because such whatever, but it's like, no, I got to pull myself out this hole, however that look. You know what I mean? I remember like even when I was battling like depression, like I tell people I was never depressed. I was battling that thing. I mean, like, I was getting that thing up off me. It was there. We was rumbling, but at the end of the day, I got the best of it. But like when I was battling depression, sometimes I would just want to lay in bed all day. I wouldn't be motivated to do nothing. And I used to just tell myself, Dave. So the first thing I do when I get up in the morning is I make my bed. And the reason why I make my bed, because when I make my bed look all nice and neat, it lets me know, all right, I've already accomplished something. Job well done. And then now I just get up and go, you know what I mean? But I used to tell myself, Dave, just put one foot in front of the other. Everything else gonna fall into place.
Yeah, flat out. Like I said, man, you wake up, you get a chance. Like I went through what I went through. Everybody see me smiling and happy all the time, but they don't know deep down inside, nigga. I had depression and shit. Good, you feel me? I go through shit. I'm going through shit. You feel me? But I don't let a motherfucker, you know what I mean, know what I'm going through, because they'll try to play on that shit. Like, nah, you gonna see me smiling all the time. I've been in that cell. I sat there. I've been there. You feel me? Ain't nobody do that tick with me. At the end of the day, I still remain the same. Like that's why I can't nothing really like shit don't phase me no more. Like certain shit don't phase me. I don't have like pride issues about doing anything.
Right.
Like, I don't get like the shit I used to thought wasn't like. What I'm trying to say basically, like pride don't play a part in my life. Like, you feel me? I don't have pride issues of doing anything. I'm cool with working. Like I'm cool with not being over here doing this shit. I'm cool with it. Like you can't like shit, like I don't know, like
pride go before destruction.
Yeah, like pride keep a motherfucker from doing a lot of shit, man. Fear keeping people from doing a lot of shit. Like like basically when I just was collecting comforters and stuff for the homeless, I could have had a better turnout. Like they supported me on Facebook when it was time to put that action into. Really wasn't too many people there. You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to Peyton. She's on Pretty Page. She's on Facebook. She came through. She was one of the first people there.
That's dope.
A couple other people. You know what I mean? They showed up. The ones that did. I put some shit in there. It could have been more. Don't just support on Facebook. Just to make it look good. You feel me? Put that support into action. You feel me? But I ain't knocking nobody. I ain't mad at nobody.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, I was going to buy the shit myself and give it to them. You feel me? But my producer told me you might as well just say you're going to tell people to donate.
Right.
You feel me? A lot of people, oh, what you need, whoop-de-whoop. I posted it.
Man, I'm
not
mad
too many people showed up. You feel me? So I'm not mad at you. Allah bless you for your intentions. You had good intentions, but you got to put that faith without works is is dead.
Faith without works is dead. That's a fact.
So I ain't mad at nobody. But the turnout could have been different. But I don't know. I guess if Rod Wave was down there,
right.
They'd
if Rod Wave told him bring covers,
Rod Wave. What Rod Wave said come down there.
They'd have brought Ugg blankets and everything.
They'd have brought all that shit. But I ain't knocking nobody, man. It is what it is, man. I'm gonna continue to do great, long as Allah bless me. When every day I wake up, I'm trying to strive to be great. I want to own shit. I want to do shit. I want to be in the mix of success. You feel me? So it's the mental thing.
And people don't know everything start in your mind. Everything start in your mind. I remember when I was broke, I had like $3 in my bank account.
Me you wasn't rich. You feel me?
I'm already knowing I'm gonna be up because I'm already knowing like, all right, like I might only got $3 now. I might can't afford them Balenciagas, but I'm gonna go grab them Pumas for now. I might can't afford that new gun I want, but I'm gonna keep this little Gigi just to be safe. I might can't afford a house, but I'm gonna sleep on this air mattress for the time being. But I always knew I wasn't gonna be in that position. And that's what I tell people. Like one thing I know about me, I might not be happy all the time, but like I know like you might not see me smiling all the time, but you're never gonna see me give up. Like as long as I have breath in my body, you're not gonna see me give up. And I had situations knock me down and frustrate me, and I had people turn on me. I had people mess up money. I had a lot going on, and I never once quit. Like you can't defeat somebody that won't quit. I refuse to let the situations that come in life defeat me, and I got a good support system. Like shout out to my support system.
And I play a part too. People having a good support system. Like you gotta surround yourself by them people, man, that's doing really better than you. Like you see your friends owning some shit, you gonna want that. You gonna want that. You feel me? You see motherfuckers buying shit that. You just gotta. It's your environment, man. Change the people you surround yourself by. Not like that. Change, your surroundings. Surround yourself by motherfuckers that's doing good shit, man. And you gonna want that, man. That shit is fucking crazy. Like, the niggas that's really doing better than you, man. You be around them, you be like, man, I want that shit too, boy.
Before there's a physical,
the right way.
Right. Before there's a physical change, there got to be a mental change. Everything start in your mind. So how you perceive something is your reality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't look at something and say I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z, and motherfuckers like you ain't doing that. And then once I done it, it's I knew you was gonna do it the whole time.
Yeah,
believe it.
Fuck out here.
Right.
Fake support you.
Right.
And they do that a lot on Facebook. Like if you ain't popular, you feel me? I feel like Pittsburgh's just a following ass motherfuckers. They follow trends. They follow like Like, you know what I mean? It's just weird with me, man. But I ain't giving up on nobody, man. It is, man. It's Jesus own, man.
Mac Miller, rest in peace, Mac Miller. I wasn't a huge fan of Mac Miller, but I did have a song. He do got a couple songs I like, but one thing he said that always stuck with me. He said, "Me and you, we ain't that different. I struck the fuck out, but I came back swinging," and that's how that's just been my motto. Like, if I strike the fuck out, I'm coming back swinging. Like,
Flat out.
mean,
I
like,
struck out. I'm sitting in that cell for a long time.
Lil
Been
Ma-
to jail, been to county, been to state,
Right.
been to shelters, been to foster home. I've been there, Schumann Center. I've been there. I've been everywhere. So it's like, nigga, if you see me out here and you see me trying to do better, you can do it. It's simple, man. It's simple, man. It's just like I said, man. Pride play a lot of issues in people from stopping people from doing what they really need to do, man. And motherfuckers feel like, you know, talking to the youth, basically what was the last topic, like talking to the youth, getting out here, being active in these young boys' lives and shit, man. Y'all motherfuckers like your pride to stop you from doing all that, man. Like I said, I seen you bat them lawnmowers. I seen you, man, motivation. I seen that. So there's good men out here, you know, surround yourself with them. And the young dudes that's coming up, man, out here in these streets, man, it ain't worth it. I'm telling you now, it ain't worth it. Everybody you see in the club with you and all that shit, go to jail. When it's time to in that courtroom, the only person gonna be there is Mon Dukes.
They just gave my dog 37 years for some heroin with fentanyl in it, but then ain't nobody even died off his shit. Then they gave the white boy, somebody died off his shit. They gave him 6 years. Yeah. I mean, I be telling man, they ain't playing fair. Like they giving niggas numbers.
It was never designed for us to win.
Right.
So change the narrative. You feel me? Like boom, man. That shit is simple, man. That shit really be simple. Once you get it, you get it. Oh yeah, and shout out to Billy Vaughn too, yo. She got a seminar coming up December 14th on
for our properties
and shit like that.
Shout out to Billy.
Make sure them people who I donated that money to, make sure y'all show up, man. Support, man, because I'm going.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm trying to get into that real bad. Mitch Poe, we need to do something, baby. For real. I'm trying to get into that real estate line too, man. For real, man. There's a lot of good things going on in Pittsburgh. People trying to do positive shit, man. Just tap in, man. It don't cost nothing to support, and it don't cost nothing to be your motherfucker. So,
yeah, my man, his name is Johnny Bryan. He also like he teaches like how to be successful with the real estate stuff too. So he got videos on YouTube. His name is Johnny Bryan.
Shout out to Johnny Bryan, man. For real, man. There's a lot of people doing shit, man. We want to wrap this up though, man. Yep. My fault not to take, but you know, this Pop Your Shit podcast. You know, tune in next week. What's got coming up? You got anything coming up?
Next week I'm gonna be OT traveling.
Okay. No, I'm just saying, as far as you want somebody, you got any events, anything you got planned?
I mean, I got a battle coming up. I'm not sure of the date yet because they had to get rescheduled. Okay. Other than that, no, man. If y'all got anything that y'all got going on, I'm there to support. My cousin just opened up a club in McKeesport called Club Icon, so go check his joint out.
I heard it's nice.
Yeah, I heard it's
nice.
nice.
And he posted a video. Started from the bottom. I seen that. That thing was full good.
Yeah,
I heard it's nice.
Yeah, that's my cousin. His mom, my dad, his brother and sister. So like, I seen him. Yeah, I mean, he come from humble beginnings. I mean, like humble beginnings, and he stayed down till
my
he
cousin
came up.
Still cleaning, man. Make sure y'all go tap into Jamar Steele, Jamar Steele. Still cleaning, man. Tap in, man. He doing a lot too, man. My man Rail Key, he doing a lot, man. There's men out here really trying, you know, be successful in life, man. For real, man. Tap in too. What do I got? Nothing, man. Tune in next week, man. For Pop Your Shit podcast, man. For real. And you know, there's still time left if you feel like still donating to the homeless. You know, I'm going to pass out everything. I'm gonna try to do it tomorrow. Pass it out. What else I gotta do? No, man. That's it, basically it, man. Thank you for coming through, bro.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, your opinion mean a lot, bro.
Thank you,
I
bro.
hear
I appreciate
you talking,
that.
boy. You been there. I can feel it. You know, and you just tap in next week, man. Pop Your Shit podcast, man.
Hey, spit one of your hardest bars real quick.
Spit one of my hardest bars.
He want to hear you spit something, I guess.
So I'm gonna spit something that a lot of people didn't hear. It's actually a bar from my battle that didn't take place, but I'm gonna just do it anyway. Whatever, but to me, it's not one of my hardest. It's just one that everybody seemed to like. So I told Av, I'm gonna say when we battle, I'm gonna say
Nah, don't do that.
It's just one.
Oh.
I'm gonna say I never lost a battle or a fight. I'm 100-0. Basically, what I'm saying, you ain't fucking with me, bro. Tell your squad pipe down. I ain't none of these Negroes. Let somebody in your crew take off on me. You gonna lose one of your Migos. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you know what I mean. So that's one that like people seem to.
Hey, yeah, stop ducking. I think I'm ducking. He know.
Yeah,
You know he coming hard. Man.
Yeah, that's one.
And
that's
that
one
battle
of the
with
things
Reed, man, you fucked his ass up.
Oh yeah, so my
Fuck Reed up.
and my battle with Reed. So my homie was locked up with Reed's dad. I had a couple homies actually locked up with Reed's dad. And,
There's no way they could say he won. There was so many people talking about he won.
right, no, ain't nobody saying.
Yeah, Jamal Steele, I see you, baby.
But my homie was locked up with Reed's dad, and Reed didn't hold his dad down in prison. Like he was up there hurting.
Mm-hmm.
But Reed always talk about he a real nigga. He hold all his homies down the third. So I had a bar. I said where I'm from is a man. You got to stand on business. My nigga was locked up with your pops. You ain't holding him down in jail, Reed. You tripping. Growing up, I stuttered real bad, and my dad was in and out of prison. I got ridiculed for the way I talk, but still I never missed a visit. Oh, y'all don't understand our correlation? Well, this is why I'm different. Growing up, I could barely speak, but made sure I got my dad through a sentence. You know what I mean? Like, it was just...
That boy got bars.
You know what I mean? So, yeah,
You
bro.
gonna fuck him up. I knew it. He felt it.
Yeah, no, I'm
He
a...
slept on you. That's what
Yeah.
it was. He slept on you. And I was mad because I had the podcast that day, too. Yep. And I was like, damn, I want to go. And you said you
I was
canceled.
there
like,
tweaking.
It was meant.
Yeah, I
It
was there
meant.
tweaking.
I think it was meant, man. It was meant. It was meant. It was meant.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat at that motherfucker, boy. You know, this is my first time meeting him. You know, we exchanged, you know, a few words back on Facebook and shit like that. But yeah, I mean, it was, you know, Allah, man, it was a blessing to meet you, man.
It was meant
good
to happen.
talking you,
Same here, bro.
Real
Appreciate
shit,
that,
man.
yup.
Anytime you want to come back, you already know. So
No doubt.
doors
Anytime
open,
you want to have me, bro.
And you know, anybody, you know, trying to come onto the podcast, you know, just, you know, you gotta inbox me. You know, what I'm trying to do next is for the people who want to learn the business side of credit and all that shit, and far as the houses and things like that. So there was a dude on here, I forgot his name. I'm gonna look him up and see if he's still trying to come on here and talk about some business financial shit. You know, they don't teach that a lot. So, you know, tune in, man. Next week, Pop Your Shit podcast. Shout out to everybody trying to make a positive change. Every day you wake up, man, strive for success, man. Every time I made a toast when I was drinking, nigga, health, wealth, and success. They already know that. That's all it's about, man. You can't, you know what I mean? So, you know, Pop Your Shit podcast, man. Tune in next week, man. Thanks, everybody, for supporting. You know, go like, share, subscribe on YouTube. We need that YouTube, man. We need y'all to subscribe on YouTube, man. And I thank you again, bro, for coming through, man.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Shout out to my producer, Rocky Moore. He ain't here. He out of town. He keep playing with me. It's going down. Bars. So, nah. But yeah, tune in next week, man. Pop Your Shit podcast, man.
Yep.